Coming up this week on Two Noobs, renewed calls for criminal charges against Andrew Cuomo over COVID deaths. I'm sure Matt is queuing up old episodes as we speak. Next, stop being nice to chatbots. They're costing millions of dollars and harming the environment. You've been warned, amongst the other things. Then, for years, man has yearned to block out the sun. And now the UK is spending a ton of pounds to make it so. And we conclude with a draft of full days meals. Yeah, okay, we'll explain it. But no 11sies, no second breakfast. Okay, start the music. Yes, it is episode 238 of Two Noobs Talking. I'd say we're back, but we were kind of back last week, but we had filmed 2 weeks before. It's very confusing. I'm sorry.
Oh, there was no joke there. Sorry. Yeah. I see. I'm even off.
My apologies for being completely difficult. I'm a diva over here.
It wasn't.
I'm not Sanders diva-ish, but I'm definitely diva.
Well, in John's defense.
Mm-hmm.
The sharks he was tracking have been lost probably because they were having sex. So we can understand that it's a very difficult time for Mr. Tracy.
Yeah. So I had to swim to North Carolina just to make sure, and then to Texas.
There you go.
Man. We are now back to our normal orientation. So that's, at least one thing.
It was still fun to do that one episode with you guys, though. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was. We just got to figure out a better way to do it next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No doubt about that. Yeah.
We're working through that glitch.
Yeah.
But anyway, gentlemen, we are 5 picks into round 5 of the NFL draft.
And?
Nice.
And Shedeur Sanders has yet to be picked, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yep.
Very curious.
I haven't seen him. Does he go undrafted?
Boy,
at this point, I don't know.
So what do you think of the conspiracy that's happening there in the NFL, that basically he was, his father didn't do him any favors? I've heard that rumor.
Nope.
I've heard the fact that he basically coasted through all of his interviews. He was just like, yeah, you got your franchise quarterback when he hasn't really demonstrated that at all. I've heard Rich Eisen basically just kiss his butt, like practically. It's like, dude,
is it worse than Mel Kiper?
Oh my gosh, I haven't even heard Mel Kiper, and it's like I've heard that's really bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
So
he drools every time he talks about
it. I mean, frankly, at this point, it is getting a little ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly has some talent. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's great, but he definitely is a top 10 quarterback in this draft. And I think that many quarterbacks have already gone, and he did it.
It was surprising to see so many, like even the trades, the Giants, for instance, making the trade in the first round to go back in, and they draft Jackson Dart, which I think was a little bit of a reach. I think for that franchise, they need offensive and defensive line help. You don't go back into the first round to get a quarterback. Okay, whatever. But
in fairness, their quarterbacks are Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and I don't even know who their third stringer.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's Dart.
It'd probably be Dart would be their third. Yeah.
I think they just went with sanity in that room because Russell Wilson probably just be walking into the wall the whole time because he's a moron. And after what he did to Jalen Hurts, I hate that guy.
Yeah.
And the other one, I mean, he's just fun to be around.
Yeah.
I wish he was an Eagle.
Oh, yeah.
James Winston is awesome.
Who wouldn't want to throw like 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in one season and like be one of the greatest memes of all time? I mean, that's like the best part.
He's the best.
Yeah, he is the best part. Yeah.
So the watch is on. We'll see how far he falls and if he actually gets picked. Because at this point, I'm not sure. I mean, you're in the 5th round. I don't know what the incentive would be to take him at this point.
Well, unless you have a settled room, but again, why would you want to bring somebody like that in? And if you're Cleveland or the Raiders or any of the other teams, do you want to take a flyer? Now he's like a flyer on really in this third round or in this third day of the draft, I should say. And it's
Well, he's holding. He's going to hold out because being picked this low, there's no way he's going to training camp. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah. And that baggage that's going to come with him is something else. I don't think I've ever. I certainly can't remember a fall of grace like this.
Not like this, but we've seen guys with questionable attitudes. I mean, Johnny Manziel comes to mind. For example, but he was taken in the first round. Eli Manning told San Diego not to take him, and they took him anyway. And
Elway did the same thing. You know, Baltimore picked him in the Wayback Time Machine, the 1983 draft, and he was like, "I don't think you understand what what I said. I am not playing for you." And they traded him to Denver. Rest is history there for Denver, but
I don't think this is a character issue. I think this is an asshole issue. I just think he rubbed them the wrong way in the interviews, and they're like, "I don't want this prick in my locker room." Like,
clarifying question: what do you mean by character then?
Because asshole would be character to me.
No, but I don't think he's not smoking pot. He's not. He's not like, you're not going to worry about him. Crashing a car. You're not going to the normal stuff that you hear in the NFL draft. I think he just came off as a dick.
Yeah,
and they were like, you know what? We don't need him.
We don't need him in this league.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
You think probably a team that would take him is one that has a strong culture in the team so that they could keep him under control, potentially.
Memo to the
teams that have that probably have decent quarterback rooms to begin with, so they don't need. They're not looking for a quarterback.
And they don't want him.
All right. Okay. So then I will throw this out there. Does Howie take him?
He just went to.
Ooh.
Did he?
Did he? Officially?
Yeah. He went to the Browns. Right now. On the TV, right now.
No kidding.
Right.
As they were talking about it, it popped up.
There you go.
I was like, is that his
and
name?
It was the pick before. I don't believe it. We had pick 145. He's 144.
Howie wasn't going to take. Why?
I was just going to say,
I would quit being an Eagles fan if they took him. Don't ruin that room.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Cleveland's got Deshaun Watson, so...
this is going to get interesting.
Oh, my God.
Talk about ego in that room.
That's
he's going to be competing with Kenny Pickett.
There you go.
For a starting job.
Super Bowl champion, Kenny Pickett. Yeah,
hey, by the way, just remember, Kenny Pickett fell down trying to throw the ball.
Yes.
In the Super Bowl,
I will never forget that.
All right, before we get much further, I do have to introduce people on the program because maybe you forgot.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Even though it's only been a week since it's been 2 weeks for us, okay? Just give you a break. Over
He
there.
forgets my name all the time. That's fine.
Over there, that's who are you again? Oh, yes. That's Jello Jigglers, John Tracy. On that side, see, there you go. Was that who that was?
Yes.
Over there,
yes,
that's Malleable, Matt Craig.
There you go.
I in the middle, I am Squirm, Steve Murray. Squirm. I had a near-death experience earlier this week.
Beg pardon?
Yes. So.
You didn't get
Monday,
a text, Matt. What the hell?
Monday, my kids were off from school. My wife took them to Peddler's Village.
Okay.
Where I guess there is a Pepper Palace. They came home with a $20 jar of Death by Salsa.
Oh, good Lord. I'm running for that household.
And I being, I enjoy some spice. I'm like, all right, how bad can it be? Dip it put it in. 3 seconds go by. Holy shit, I'm running for the sink. I'm chugging a gallon of milk. I'm eating as much cheese as I can. And even just to be safe, I did a couple just dunks. I'm like, was it really that bad? And my mouth felt like it was on fire for about 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
Wow. So I had to look at the ingredients on there because I'm like, what could possibly be in this
Yeah.
that is causing this reaction?
Yep.
So I'm looking and I see habanero peppers. I'm like, yeah, but I've had habanero salsa.
Yeah.
This not.
Yeah.
I see jalapeno. It's like,
Habanero's
this
good.
is not jalapeno.
That's not that hot, right?
Then I come across the ingredient oleo resin capsicum.
That sounds painful.
Bless you.
Yeah.
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 So I'm like, that sounds like capsaicin. Are they putting pure capsaicin in this? So I Google it. The first thing that comes up, oleo resin capsicum, is pepper spray.
Oh, you're
So-
kidding me. What? Oh, that is
Yes,
unreal.
That is the ingredient for pepper spray, people.
So you're in the military now?
Apparently.
Why would they put pepper spray in a salsa? Oh my
Because
god.
it's edible, actually, but it's not good.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
Unreal. Yeah.
unless you're a
I'm
freak like
sorry.
my daughter and can't taste spice for some whatever reason, don't
Nice.
do the death by salsa because
What
you're
a
eating pepper
great
spray.
genetic mutation that is.
That's
Right.
wow.
I don't know. You know, I kind of enjoy getting the tingle from spicy food, not like to this degree.
Yeah.
But when I eat spicy salsa, I enjoy the heat and the mounting. I'm like testing myself, how much further can I go before I have to stop, kind of thing. If I couldn't,
Yeah.
if I had no sensitivity to spice, that would just ruin the whole thing.
I think I would
Yeah, I just like hot food. so,
I think for
like-
me, if I were to have something like that, I would spontaneously explode.
You would.
Because
would.
I mean,
you might spontaneously explode before you even put it in your mouth. Like, you would open it
Right?
and pass out.
pass out. Yeah, exactly.
The sweat's starting to pour.
Oh,
He's
God.
miles and miles away. I can see the sweat beads on your forehead right now.
If-
Talking about
Matt,
it.
if
Right?
you ever come to Texas, Matt,
Oh.
we will only have to stay in the white people lands where the food is mild down there.
Nice. Yeah.
All right,
Wow.
moving on to the W Energy fun fact. Hopefully, John's got it queued, but I've
Yep.
got to buy him time. I've got because it's
No, I
brought to you
got
by W Energy Drinks. Visit them at their website w.gg or download the app to your phone. You can use it that way. Use our promo code Two Noobs Talking. That's TOONOO Talking. You get 10% off your order. When someone pushes you, you push back, right?
Well, yeah.
Every day.
Kind of. Yeah.
All right. Well, up that push with Push and Punch. W made their own version of a fruit punch, the W way. They've taken the original well-loved fruit punch and added some sweet limes and lemon. A must-try. Get $4 off a $40 tub with our promo code.
There you go.
All right,
Sounds
John.
tasty.
Yeah.
It does, actually. I kind of want to try that
Got
one.
a little
Yeah,
lime
exactly.
and lemon in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like fruit punch
All
and I like lemon lime, so go for it. All right. Fun
Exactly.
fact. Put it.
Fun fact: a blue whale has the biggest heart of any animal.
How big is it?
It is compared to a small car. It's about 400 pounds.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
insane.
that's
That's
insane.
the heart. So how much does he weigh?
Well, the
Right.
blue whale is the largest animal on
Yes.
the planet.
Planet. Yeah.
And I believe the largest animal to ever have existed on the
Oh,
planet.
there you go.
Dinosaurs
think
included.
I think you
Interesting.
are correct.
Interesting.
Which is makes it even more funny because they're extremely hard to find.
We're not looking hard enough, Steve. That's all it is.
Well, you got to keep looking for that Leviathan that's like, circling around the Pacific Ocean. That's the big one. That's the big
Oh,
ass.
I got an idea. Let's ask China because I'm pretty sure they're fishing them.
Oh, yeah.
Whale heart is probably some kind of medicinal properties.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, aren't they known for like fishing pufferfish out and trying to serve it and kill their own patron?
I believe that's Japan.
Oh, it's Japan. Okay.
yes.
Yes.
My mistake.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
And dolphins get high on pufferfish.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's their marijuana. Yeah, that's their marijuana. They fuck around with them until they puff up and then they inhale them and then kick them around.
Imagine, like, you gotta, like, that's just amazing. Talk about the pufferfish, right? You pull it out of the ocean, it's dead already, right? Coming out, doesn't know, water from air, of course, and then dies. But yet it's still toxic. That's just the wildest thing. Like,
It's in the flesh. It's in the flesh.
it's in there. It's
I
like you
went
got to
deep
troll
sea.
that out. Yeah.
I went deep sea fishing once.
Oh, did you?
And if I forget if my friend caught it or just somebody, it was a party boat. Somebody on the boat caught a blowfish
Oh, wow.
and they brought it up on deck. It's not dead.
Yeah.
They brought it up on deck. You don't know it's a blowfish because it just looks like a regular fish. And then it starts to go,
Yep.
and it blows up into a ball. Like,
aha, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Found out. All right. All right. So we're going to go to our over 40 rant. I believe Matt's going to kick us off here with getting old.
Yeah. Guys, I'm getting more and more scared as I continue to get older, especially athletically. I am now have decided that I am beyond like my playing length, which my mother would be really happy to hear, obviously. I'm, of course, running the men's softball league at the church this year. I was voluntold to do it. Thanks, Ryan. And
that's the best way to get a gig.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So I'm sitting there. It's game 4, and it was actually a very tight game. We have like a 16-game regular season. Already a quarter of the way of the season already done. But Ryan, my good buddy, goes to plant his leg and turn, and he hears something pop. And I'm like, oh, God. And he cannot walk. He literally is limping on the field. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. So MRI, thinking that there might be either a torn meniscus or ACL, depending on what the MRI has found, which when this episode comes out, we'll know. But this to me is like, I've already had the season before, we had a guy sliding into home and he dislocated or broke his ankle. So that had to get repaired. And then now, of course, Ryan with another leg injury. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm playing shortstop. I don't think I could do this anymore. I think this is it. This is going to be like my final ever season of doing any sort of sports. I kind of like just getting in the car, driving to one spot, stopping, getting out. And the only exercise I get now is walking. That's it. I don't have to run or anything of that sort. I think that's better. But man alive, getting older, it sucks. It really does. It's like
that is pussing out.
And especially when you think that you can continue to keep playing, Mr. Murray, and you get all of these injuries mounting up. It's kind of like, you know what?
He's going to be 65 still playing hockey.
He probably will be, yeah. Which I'll root for, but at the same time, it's like, dude, just be careful. Don't wrap yourself in bubble wrap.
That sport.
Yeah. Well, look, I famously dislocated my shoulder trying to do a Superman over the goalie.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Hey, I'm good. I'm back to playing. It's I can get my hands over my head.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
It's all functional.
Very good.
And I still put the puck in the back of the net. So, as long as I can do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
All that matters. I mean, I had to miss a game for some back spasms, but I'm just trying to work my way through it. I think I've found some relief program to help with that. But getting old does indeed suck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, injuries.
Yes, it does.
You add more equipment to yourself the more you age. I found like I have like a brace on my left forearm, and then I've got a right elbow supporter, and it's like, I don't think I can do this anymore. It's getting to that point. So
I remember my moment. We were playing in the Alex Murray game.
Yeah.
And Sean had fluttered a puck into the zone, and I caught it to put it down.
Oh, you put it down?
And it hit me right in the palm.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this. That hurt.
Yeah.
I need these things to make money. It was completely instinct. It wasn't like, and I remember just my wife was like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just irritated at myself that instincts took over in that situation. I could have just got out of the way.
Yeah. Or let the puck land like it's supposed to?
Totally could have still played it. I don't know why I tried to catch it.
I don't know.
It was dumb.
Yes, sir. Well,
Last time I played.
We are all getting older, but hopefully this man will not be around to mess with our nursing homes when the time comes. We're going to go to topic 1. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. I changed this article up, by the way, because one, Matt Sennis had a paywall that I couldn't
for God's
access.
sakes.
So screw you, Matt.
Yeah. Screw the payroll, not me. Give me a break.
House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is asking the Department of Justice, or DOJ, to criminally prosecute former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo for lying to Congress about his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic that resulted in the deaths of many nursing home patients. Cuomo renewed the criminal referral to U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi after her predecessor, Merrick Garland, had declined to act on the congressional request filed in October. Andrew Cuomo is a man with a history of corruption and deceit, now caught red-handed lying to Congress during the Select Subcommittee's investigation into the COVID-19 nursing home tragedy in New York, Chairman Comer said in a statement. This wasn't a slip-up. It was a calculated cover-up by a man seeking to shield himself from responsibility for the devastating loss of life in New York's nursing homes. Cuomo's must-admit directive led to more than 9,000 recovering coronavirus patients to be admitted or readmitted into nursing homes. The order was meant to relieve pressure on overloaded hospitals in the early days of the 2020 pandemic, but it only endangered the health of senior citizens already susceptible to the virus. The state government's report at the time, however, concluded that infected nursing home staff, not the Cuomo administration's order, caused excess deaths in senior care facilities. John, I know you want to say "I told you so," so you go ahead.
That last quote was a bunch of bullshit. He was told that this was going to do this before he signed the order. His people told him, and he still did it. Like, the fact that this guy's not in jail yet is starting to piss me off. Like, he needs to be held. I forget all the rest of the bullshit with the COVID-19 stuff. This is one that sticks. He knowingly made this decision and killed a lot of people. He needs to be held accountable. I'm not saying kill the guy, but like, can we at least get him, in front of a judge to maybe we can use some of his money to, pay these people back, the families that lost loved ones because of a stupid decision he made.
Well, unfortunately, this criminal referral is, it's based on his lying to Congress rather than the actual deed. So it's kind of like going after Al Capone for tax evasion. But hey, whatever, gets some justice in the world, right, Matt?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'll never forget, of course, when we first started the podcast, that was one of the first things we looked at, Johnny and I. And I cannot believe we found like a New York Times article that had I think it was by percentage of the number of, what was it? I don't remember what it was, but it was like the number of percentage of people that had nursing home COVID in the nursing homes, and it was read all over the place. And here in New York State, the only state in the union, it was like at 30%. And I was like, no, that can't be right. There's no way that this one state out of the union has dodged all the bullets with COVID-19 and oh yeah, we know exactly what we're doing. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. You were frauding everybody. And I had a suspicion. I was just like, that just does not seem right to me. And it turns out I was right. And Johnny was right. And we've been calling for this guy to face justice ever since. The fact that he is a leading Democrat candidate for mayor of New York City is a disaster and is pathetic. But that's where the Democrats find themselves in. That's probably going to be another, maybe we'll do another episode on the state of the Democrat Party, because they've just been in utter shambles ever since the election. But that being said, this guy needs to go away. He needs to go away. Period. I
thought he had.
I thought he had too.
Yeah,
it's I want him gone. I don't want to deal with this guy anymore. That kind of deal. I just can't stand him. Be gone. That kind of
It just bothers me, the fact that you sit here, you have this pandemic, and it for a fact that the senior citizen population is the most vulnerable to this virus.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, yeah, those COVID patients, put them all in the nursing home. We don't want them in the hospital. What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Right? And he was warned. He was warned by his people.
Yes. His
this
staff.
Is going to go sideways. Didn't care.
Yeah.
Signed it.
He's just like, well, you got to have enough hospitals in the
That's the
hospital
craziest
beds.
part about it.
Yeah.
That was the craziest part about it. He knew what the outcome was going to be.
Yeah.
The people that he hired told him.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, the biggest takeaway from the whole COVID era was the lack of emergency planning. period. And you
Mhm.
saw that across not just state governments, but local municipalities, school districts, all that stuff. And it should really, if anything, taught us of that era. Make sure that you have your policies up to date and make sure you practice them just in case something like this were to ever happen again. That kind of a deal. But yeah, clearly he was just like he didn't box himself into a corner, but he clearly painted himself into a corner is probably the best way to put it.
Mhm.
By making this decision, and it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster.
To your point on the map, the article does reference that there was a New York State Department of Health July 2020 report
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
undercounted the total number of deaths in nursing homes by 46%.
That was the same.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
that was the
yes,
same
sir.
map that we
Yes,
looked
sir.
at. Yeah.
That was the one. Yep.
46%.
Yeah.
It was grossly under, and it made no sense when you looked at the actual map.
Yeah.
Steve, it was like
Oh, it's insane.
what the hell's going on over
What
there?
is happening in New York
I
State?
went right to it.
What is happening in
We've got super seniors in the
Right?
nursing homes. They're resistant.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I know New York
Everybody's
is
on Schwarzenegger.
New York State is beautiful, but I mean, come on. I mean, it's like this is also ridiculous too. It's like, what are we doing here? So yeah, I want this guy to go away, Johnny.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The fact though that it's like it's always. Here's the other thing too, and I think this is probably the bigger. I'd love to get your guys' opinion on this. The fact that justice has to be done and it has to be from the other party. There is no independent third party looking at this and saying, hey, Cuomo, what this guy did, we need to investigate this and, basically try him under, a jury of his peers. It always has to be another party. It's like Merrick Garland basically just sucking wind to the Democrats saying, yeah, we're not going to prosecute him. He's fine.
Gotta look out for our own.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
It's disgusting.
It is.
It's purely disgusting.
Yeah.
It is. But I, you know what? I don't care if he goes to prison or not because he's going to be judged in the end. So, I mean, good luck, dude, because you don't have a good track record.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, remember, he left office not because of this, but because of a sexual harassment suit. And to me, this is double whammy because he not only issued the orders to send these people there, but then he covered it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it would have been a lot better if he would have just, I screwed up. I shouldn't have done that. Instead, he's like, yeah, look at our state. We're better than everybody else.
We're
like,
leading.
We're great.
Yeah, right. Ugh.
And to Shadura Sanders, we say, thank us for getting you drafted.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about you, and that's why it happened. We talked it into existence.
That's right.
Yes.
So you're lucky.
That's wild that happened while we were recording. That is so
It's funny.
hilarious.
I can't believe I looked over it. I'm like, is that what I think it is?
It's like, what's happening here?
There are no coincidences, gentlemen.
No.
That's just how it is.
That's just how it is.
Yeah, I was
Oh my goodness.
I was
we
hoping he wouldn't get drafted.
Yeah.
We expect our cut of that first contract.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
All we're asking for is like 1% of the contract. That's all. Help us fund
Yeah,
the
but see,
podcast.
Fifth round pick. That's not going to be very high.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember, Dion doesn't like us because we booed him because he was dancing when Michael Irvin got hurt. And everybody said that we were booing Michael Irvin, but we weren't. We were booing Dion because he was dancing.
Was he still around when Michael
Yeah.
Irvin got hurt?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah. That's who we were booing in the time. Because
He kind of wore out. He kind of wore out his welcome. Yeah. Kind of wore out his welcome in Dallas.
Well, he was fine in Atlanta, and I loved him in San Francisco. But then you went to Dallas. You screwed yourself. Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just
exactly.
the way it is.
Glenn.
And he wore out.
If you would have stayed with the Niners, you'd have been okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Moving on to topic 2, though.
Yeah.
All right. Stop me if you've heard this before. Well, actually, we haven't heard this before. This is a new angle on anti-AI.
Which I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
So OpenAI CEO and tech billionaire Sam Altman recently admitted that people politely saying please and thank you to their AI chatbots is costing him big time. When one poster on Twitter wondered aloud how much money OpenAI has lost in electricity costs from people saying please and thank you to their models, Altman chimed in, saying it's tens of millions of dollars
My
well
gosh.
spent.
Wow.
While it may seem pointless to treat an AI chatbot with respect, some AI architects say it's an important move. Microsoft's design manager, Curtis Beavers, is that really his name?
I think it is.
For example, says proper etiquette helps generate respectful, collaborative outputs. Using polite language sets a tone for the response. When it clocks politeness, it is more likely to be polite back, a Microsoft Work Lab memo notes. Generative AI also mirrors the levels of professionalism, clarity, and detail in the prompts you provide. But the environmental consequences of present-day AI are all too real. Unfortunately, those pleases and thank yous are adding up big time. One Washington Post investigation
Because they have nothing else better to do.
studied the impacts of studied the impacts of generating a 100-word email. They found that just one email requires 0.14 kilowatt hours worth of electricity, or enough to power 14 LED lights for an hour. If you were to send one AI email a week over the course of a year, you'd use an eye-watering 7.5 kilowatt hours, roughly equal to an hour's worth of electricity consumed by 9 households in Washington, D.C.
Wow.
We know nobody lives in Washington, D.C.
No.
Now, imagine the tens of thousands of lengthy prompts we're feeding chatbots like OpenAI's ChatGPT on the daily. Not exactly low impact. While AI etiquette might sound trivial, it all underscores the rather grim reality that our queries have consequences, particularly on the environment. The data centers used to power these chatbots already suck up about 2% of the world's energy consumption.
Oh, my.
A number that's likely to skyrocket as AI floods every corner of daily life. So if you're mulling whether or not to thank Grok for its efforts, maybe the better move would be to ditch the chatbot and write the damn email yourself.
Right?
The earth and your brain will thank you.
This public service now. Steve Murray.
Oh no, it actually comes from futurism.
I know.
But,
Yes.
I second it. Stop
Yeah.
writing.
Yes.
Stop
I knew
writing.
you would.
Write your own damn email, people.
Right? Yeah.
Right, Matt?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's interesting. You know, as you guys know, I work in the tech industry, and the big push is AI. What can you do to make sure that your job is doing it more efficiently, more effectively, blah, 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 blah. And this is another notch in the loss column over here, for this, in terms of kilowatt usage. That is hilarious that even a please and a thank you is causing millions of computing power, millions of dollars of computing power. That's just wild to me. I would have never pegged that in a million years. Never.
This is your nightmare, Matt. We're going to have a nuclear power plant in every city.
John,
It's going to happen. This is the only way we can do it.
This is something that we've talked about a lot of, like, the fumbles and bumbles of AI is what I'd like to call it, but it's true. You could definitely tell it's in its infancy. This entire technology. Are there positives to it? Yeah, I think so. I think if you're handling large data sets, you're looking to try and pull a report that says X. I need X into Y. It could pull that. It would probably be able to pull it right then and there. You don't have to do the additional research for you. That would save you a lot of time in order to do that. But the problem is stuff like this, where you're adding additional computing power, it doesn't help in the long run. And I'll never forget. It's so funny. It's like in doing the research for this, there was a video presentation I was watching on how machine learning and Lean Six Sigma are kind of interplaying now. What is the impact of this, right? And the guy, and I'll never forget it, he had such a great line. He basically said, computers are stupid. We have to tell them what to do. The thing can't learn essentially on its own. We have to give it inputs in order for it to give us the outputs that we need. So this whole rush to using AI, I think, just needs, it's like with any technology, you have to slowly integrate it and understand what you're doing with it in order for it to be more effective. All of those individual costs, though, make me really this caused me to kind of let's pump the anti-lock brakes here. Let's slow this train down a little bit. Let's look at this. Is this really helping? I don't know. It's one of those where you're kind of just pulls out a doubt. You just don't know.
Well, this article plays into that whole "the computer is stupid" thing, because the rationale you get out of this article for being nice to your AI is the AI sitting there going, "Well, we'll be nice to them if they be nice to us." Like, so you want your AI to be, you're training your AI to be more polite to you by saying please and thank you. What happened in the days of, all right, computer, just tell me what X plus Y is equal to. Spit it out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now I'm going to go to, no, we have to spend the extra time, energy, money to now train it to be nice. Why? To what end?
Yeah.
I mean, are we preventing Terminators by being nice to it? I doubt it.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel it's weird that they're bringing this up, because just isn't the point of civilization to be nice to everybody and to talk in a polite manner? Why are they this costs a lot of money because you're not saying, hey, dickwad, give me the numbers on
Yeah.
Well, you'd spend the same amount of computing power or money by being rude to it.
Well,
like,
that's
hey,
what I'm
asshole.
saying. Like, you totally. It's not like, if you're using it normally, I don't see a big problem. If you're just like, hey, I need, X, Y, and Z. Can you give that to me? What is that? Less computing power? I think the AI people are completely full of shit. They don't know how this thing's going to go. They don't know where it came from. They don't know where it's going. They're just douching it the whole way through. That's how I feel about them. I don't think anybody knows how it's going to go.
It's an infant. It does not know how to walk yet. And so my only concern is the rush. Here's the thing. I think it's been sold a bill of goods to a lot of the CEOs, CTOs, CFOs. Hey, listen, I can make your business operate in a more efficient manner by using the existing computer technology and just enhancing it to run any sort of report that you need. And so what do you see? You see that message in the CEO. I love that. I want to be able to put that into my company. There's nothing wrong with that, but you lose a lot of creativity from your people as a result of it. Because if you over rely on it, you're gonna basically tie your people in knots. I remember having a discussion with my boss just the other day, and it's like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, okay, my job is to review contracts and essentially just press a button to say this invoice is good because it the amount that we have in our billing system matches the amount that's listed on the contract. I can press a button. I could do that with artificial intelligence. Then what happens to my job? My job is kind of obsolete, right? I mean, at that point, if it gets to the point where you don't have that manual or that human interaction to review the contract, and you just dump that in artificial intelligence, you then, in that organization, have either one of two options. One, you let go of the person, or two, you move into some other job in the company. That's the issue that we find ourselves in, really. And that's...
Well, let me ask you this, because we all deal with invoicing in our jobs. When does invoicing go completely smoothly all the time?
Right?
Never.
There's always some issue, right? And it's because a lot of the billing systems are using what? They're using computers. And they're using generated systems that sometimes work and sometimes don't work. And so that's where the human interaction has to be more involved and more, essentially integrated into the entire system. That kind of a deal. So more to come, I guess, is really the biggest thing.
Well, just stop being nice to the robot, because it's not helping anybody.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day.
I guess the upside is, if you're nice to the bot, it won't touch your butt.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah. That's true. And have one of those awkward moments where it's like, did he really do what he just did?
He did.
Right after being turned on, hey,
Right.
baby.
Totally.
Like,
He totally did.
Yeah.
He totally did. We watched the video. It totally
He
happened.
totally did. Yeah.
Well, and it's totally because when he was being trained, they did not say please or thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Would have cost like an extra $14,000 probably to have that programmed into a system. So there you go.
well, you got to cut costs somehow, right?
I
Might as well
think
be on the
so.
sexual harassment training.
Yeah, exactly. Because we've all heard that. How about we all just don't sexually harass people, and we don't need training? How about that?
Oh,
Like,
but
Yeah.
John, that would take the fun
pretty
out of
simple.
work. That would take the fun out of
It's
work.
pretty simple. I'm Matt. I don't actively sexually harass anybody.
I don't either. I wouldn't even think about it, but I mean, come on.
I don't need training to know to mind my own goddamn business.
Right,
while I'm at
right.
work.
I would love to see a video of this bot sitting through sexual harassment training because
Yeah.
of what happened. I think that would be
Oh, yeah.
hysterical.
That would
Oh,
be,
yeah.
And to boot, he's then got to sit through the IT training about not clicking on suspicious emails.
yeah.
But he'd
Because
also,
He's
but
doing
he'd
that.
also be the only person in history to complete it on time. And that's why we're in this situation.
Oh man.
Well, if you have submitted your or completed your mandatory HR training,
There you go.
you can now go to our website, talking.wordpress.com.
Only if you only.
Only.
Yeah.
Only.
I do not want you there.
We'll upload some
Lagging
training
behind.
there. We'll upload some training there if you are lagging behind. Matt and John are going to act out some scenarios for you. That's news to Matt, apparently. But on the website, you can watch our old episodes, maybe not the one with Andrew Cuomo's fudge numbers, because that's pre-episode 140. To see that, the website will take you to our YouTube channel, where we want you to like, share, and subscribe, because we want to get those numbers high. You like us, people. We like you too.
106
So-
subscribers still?
Let's share.
Still
Quick
gonna do it?
disclaimer: if you click the YouTube link, I cussed a lot more back then.
Oh yeah.
If you got sensitive ears, don't go back there.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Definitely
start
not
doing-
share for work. Yeah, definitely not share
Yeah.
for work back in those days. Yeah.
Well, it still isn't. I think John had the F word somewhere in the 8 to 9 minute range of the program.
That's
We're
only
gonna start
because
doing-
we keep pushing them with Cuomo. We gotta stop doing
Yeah, it makes me mad.
that.
Sorry.
We're gonna start
Sorry, I'm
doing
sorry.
we're gonna start doing what Snow the goalie does when John drops his first F bomb. We're gonna take a break and
Yeah.
memorialize it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
It's
John
like talking
talking.
about cussing.
But speaking of the website, it is not a suspicious email, but you will get notified if you put your email address in the front page and hit submit. That way, every time I remember to upload a new episode to the website, you will be notified.
There you go.
Click on that email. It is not suspicious. There are
No.
no suspicious links. It's not
No
spam.
malware, nothing.
No.
No, none of that.
Except for the one John put in last night.
How'd you know what I was doing?
You're in Pennsylvania. I see everything.
Oh, okay. That's weird. That's it.
Oh goodness.
There's nothing to do with the pre-planned flight he has for tomorrow. Anyway,
Absolutely not.
speaking of flights, let's go to topic 3, because maybe John's flight will be participating in this. UK
Hopefully.
scientists are to launch outdoor geoengineering experiments as part of a £50 million, that's money pounds, not fat
Yes.
pounds,
No, not found pounds.
government-funded program.
Now, what's the conversion?
Right. Oh.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, this is a Guardian article, so it's going to be in UK English, so program is spelled wrong.
There you
With
go.
an extra M and an E at the
It's
end.
like, what the hell?
Okay, this program will make the UK one of the biggest funders of geoengineering research in the world. Most geoengineering proposals aim to block sunlight reaching the Earth's surface, for example, by launching clouds of reflective particles into the atmosphere or using seawater sprays to make clouds brighter. If successful, this could temporarily reduce surface temperatures and the harm the climate crisis is causing, giving more time for the deep cuts in global carbon emissions needed. However, solar radiation management, or CERM, could have serious unintended consequences, such as shifting rains vital to food production. Sounds to me like another one of those, hey, you better do your research before you go head first into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Yeah. I didn't realize that UK scientists want to turn into Mr. Burns. I would have never thought that in all my years living on this earth. Yeah, exactly. We're here to block out the sun.
Smithers, the smoky's going to need most of your skin.
What
This is not the first I've heard of a program like this.
Oh, okay.
I have seen much more theoretical ideas of putting things up in space that like
Yeah.
cast a shadow over parts of the world.
Didn't we have an article about that like maybe a few years ago or something?
We
like that?
might have.
Where it was like a
Yeah.
balloon or some sort of thing that would like envelop.
Yeah, they
Something
were
would-
trying. Yeah, they were,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll have to look that, see if I can find
Like a
that, but-
sail or
Yeah,
something.
sail or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
don't know,
you're
John,
the
what-
scientist, Steve. What are your thoughts on all of this? Pro, con?
Well, I look, if it helps, it helps. But make damn sure it doesn't cause a more severe problem than the one you're trying to fix.
That's not how we. Steve, that's not how we operate in the UK. That is not how we operate in the UK. We throw it to the wall and see if it sticks.
Right.
That's how the UK government.
So
and
that's
scientists
how
in the UK
Parliament
work.
That's how the
Yes.
Parliament works. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Just throw it at the wall.
God damn it! Bring back Margaret Thatcher with the bottle of whiskey. It was way more fun back then.
I mean, the idea is sound in principle in that greenhouse effect occurs because sunlight comes in and then the moisture or other greenhouse gases, water vapor is a greenhouse gas, just so you know, by the way.
Yes.
They trap it. So when it tries to go back out, it doesn't. It's why in a desert, it's hot as hell during the day, but then it gets freezing cold at night because all the heating it can escape because it's dry.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get as much temperature fluctuation in places where it's humid because the humidity traps the heat. So, yeah, if you have something up in the sky that's going to block some of the light rays that are coming down, you are then going to prevent a lot of more heat from coming down and being trapped to begin with. So it is sound in principle. But when you hear, yeah, this might shift, you know, where the rain falls, that could be an even bigger problem.
A bit of a problem. Yeah, exactly.
And the ability for them to just be like, oh, fuck it. We'll try it anyway. That's frustrating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, we'll have to throw it up here. There are three potential methods of solar geoengineering, where basically in three parts. One is you have your airplanes flying in the stratosphere. It's like, what was it, 28 to 35,000 feet above sea level. So like the basically the poop that goes out the out the engine there, I guess, I don't know, that sprays all that could reflect back. And then there's also
blocking the sun with poop. I love it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you also have the cirrus clouds thinning. The least understood methods, seeding thin cirrus clouds into the upper troposphere with ice nuclei could reduce their lifespan and increase cooling. And then marine cloud brightening. Boats release aerosol particles. Nothing going to go wrong with that. That increase the reflectivity of
That
low
doesn't
clouds.
sound like that's going to work.
Yeah. Someone going out there on the ship and going like that. I mean, come on, that's not cool.
I thought they told us not to do that because we're putting a hole in the ozone layer.
Right?
Well, you know, things change, Steve. Things change.
That was always the funniest thing with like the spray aerosol cans for deodorants. It was so hilarious. Somebody would always. I live like at Springfield, Montgomery County in high school, and guys would lighter, spray can. You do the math, right? I mean, you always would see that. That's like, oh God. And it's like, don't use it, don't use it. You hear that from the school administrators. Don't use the spray cans. They're going to poison the environment. All that kind of stuff. And it's like, really? I'm not so sure
That
about
was the
that.
propaganda of the 80s and 90s.
It really was. Captain Planet was big, man, back in the day. Yeah, I think
green hair. That was weird.
It was. And he was lying to us.
Ted Turner propaganda. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm maybe I'm old school thought. Just let nature take its course. Enough of us kind of trying to intervene, and I think Steve, your broader point's really good, and the fact that if we're there trying to help guide the sun, essentially from stopping to heat the earth. It's kind of like man doesn't need to do that. We just need to get along with each other, more than likely. We don't need to really have problems readjusting what the sun's going to do. I think that's just really weird in that regard, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's playing God, and that's not what a scientist's job is.
Yeah.
Be scientists and figure it out, and take your time. I think that's my that's my only thing I could add to that.
Yeah.
Stop playing God, and that's what I think they're doing.
Well, yeah, what I'm worrying about reading this article is they're going to do this. And it's like, oh, yes, we successfully managed to block some sunlight over England. And now in Ireland, it doesn't rain for 1,000 days straight. So they're all dying of drought.
And I hate rain.
Yeah.
But come on. Like, that's excessive. Like, you need rain.
You need it.
It's
You
important.
do.
It's absolutely important in Ireland.
Yeah.
So I guess John will be contributing to the air toxins being released for blocking the sun tomorrow.
Every
Is that your
moment
plan?
of it.
All right.
Every moment of it.
Oh my god.
I might get on top of that bitch.
Oh man. Eagles picked another linebacker from Georgia, by the way.
They did.
Huh.
They did.
Yeah.
Hey, I want every linebacker from Georgia to the end of time.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
They can play.
Let's go.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got our own draft here.
Yeah.
And Shador Sanders will not be part of it unless one of you folks is accountable. Because
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
What we are doing, we are setting forth a full day's menu. Okay, but we are doing it draft style, so one person cannot pick the same thing as another person for anything.
Mm-hmm.
We've got how many slots do we have here? I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I thought we said 10.
8, 9, 10.
It is 10. It is 10 indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a 3-course breakfast. We didn't know what to call things in breakfast, so it's breakfast item 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
We've got for lunch, you have a main course as well as a side dish. For dinner, you have an entree. You have 2 side dishes and a dessert. And then to round it out, you have a snack, which you could take at midnight if you're John. If you're like me, you take it mid-afternoon. If you're like Matt, I have no idea when Matt takes his snack. So
It depends on the day. Yeah.
As soon as he gets out, he's going to eat the Triscuits, are they?
No, wheat thins.
Wheat thins.
Wheat
The
thins.
wheat thins.
Wheat
Yeah,
thins,
he just goes behind that little and he just eats them.
Yeah, goes right behind here, right over there. It's like I got a whole stash of them.
The question is, will someone draft wheat thins before Matt does?
Oh.
Not me, because I don't like them. It's up to you, John. Save us.
And the 2025 food draft, Steve selects wheat thins. That explodes.
There you go.
That small modular reactor has held a malfunction. and
Right.
It's now exploded.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we
He doesn't
did
have enough
the
power.
we did the lottery beforehand, so I ended up with the first pick. John got pick number 2. Matt is 3, and as is tradition here, we do a snake. So for the second round, it'll come back around. Matt will start.
That's only because I hate them.
I do too. That torn ACL draft, it's random every round.
Yeah.
because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like to mess with people's minds.
There you go.
And you can draft whatever position you want to at any time. So you do not have to go in order.
Nice.
I responded. So if Matt,
Nice.
you want to take your damn wheat thins, I would suggest that's a dumb thing to do because I don't think either John or I are going to draft them for anything. So that could probably last a while.
I do enjoy them, but no, I'm not drafting them.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, as I have the number 1 overall pick in our full day's menu draft,
He cheated.
I am making sure nobody snakes my dinner entree. I am taking chicken parm.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Got to make sure I have that.
Nice.
Yes.
I can starve the rest of the day if I have that.
There you go.
All right, John, second pick of the first round is yours, sir.
Awesome. I'm going my dinner also. I'm doing the filet mignon.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
John's fancy. Look at
Look
that.
at
Oh, yeah.
that.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
That's a
he went
massive-
straight for the $40 plate. Holy cow.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's daily.
That's
I
quality.
love-
That's quality right
I
there.
love a good quality
Yeah,
steak.
hell yeah.
Well, how you cooking it?
I cook it medium.
Okay.
Maybe a little less than medium.
Kind of like medium rare. Kind of like medium rare. Yeah.
I sear it real fast in the pan and then oven until I feel that it's doing what it's supposed to do. Rubbing it and also making sure salt and pepper your steaks, y'all. It's important.
That's very important. Yep.
There needs to be blood on the plate for me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So medium rare is how
Yeah.
I order it.
I shoot for medium, but if I pull it out early, I eat it. You know what I mean?
The farther along it goes, it gets tougher and drier.
Yeah, not a fan.
Not a fan of that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Yep.
All right, Matt, to close out the first round, where are you going? Wheat thins?
So no, I'm going to go breakfast,
Ooh, okay.
and I'm going to go for the Western omelet to start.
There you go.
That
Oh.
is my all-time
Wait,
favorite.
isn't that a fantastic
Love it.
omelet? No matter
Love
where
it.
you get it,
Yeah.
so good.
There's
So
one.
good.
I go to a kind of like a Friday morning breakfast with a couple of elders and deacon and two
Mhm.
from the church, and every order Western, and I always look forward to it. It's like they make a great Western omelet. This cafe
There you go.
in Paoli, it's awesome. Absolutely love it.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, Western's off the books, and I'm gonna go with dinner, and I'm gonna fry myself a salmon. I love me a salmon as my main.
Ooh, there you
Salmon.
go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like salmon. It's fishy.
It is, but it is tasty. If the right person cooks it with rice, it could be a really good
Oh,
dish,
yeah.
or a risotto. It could be a really good
It's
dish.
very
I've had
versatile.
some good. I've also had some terrible.
If you cook this, yeah, it really is like the key is really getting it like into that 18 to 20-minute range at like 400 degrees. And then on top of that, the seasoning that you put on it, much like you do with a steak, you season it just right. You can, the tendency with a fish is you could overpower it, which you don't want to have happen. You want to just have a nice little glaze on top of it, that kind of a deal. So there you go.
Not that I'm not poo-pooing fish in general. I had catfish last night.
Oh,
So-
Nice.
wow.
Isn't that the best? I love catfish.
Southern fried catfish.
Okay.
Love it. Love it.
Nice.
It's one of my favorite.
Nice.
It's good stuff. I first learned of it when I was down in Texas, John.
Good.
Oh,
Good
there you
job.
go.
Did they have some
Houston.
good? They had some
Yes,
good
they did.
catfish down there.
There you
They
go.
did have some good catfish. I was turned on to it down there.
Did you know a catfish can be a size of a small shark?
From
Is that the
watching
large
Animal
shark?
Planet, yes.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
There you go.
The dude who
It's
goes down there and
long
catches
enough?
it with his
Yeah.
arm. Yeah.
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 It
All right,
just blows
John,
my
you
mind. It just blows my
you
mind.
got the second round here.
All
What do you got,
right.
Phil?
Since Matt got the omelet off the board,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the sunny side up egg
Oh, there you
All
go.
right.
because that's the only egg I like. I'm not a scrambled guy at all. I put my note. I'm William Regaling the scrambled egg.
Do you
I
ever
only
have it?
like them?
You always have it sunny side up.
Well, I like them fried also.
Yeah.
But it's the same concept. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I like a good yolky yolk.
Oh,
when
there
I'm
you go.
getting in the breakfast.
Yeah. Dip that bread in there. That'd be good. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
All right. To me, to end the second round, I'm going to take my first side with the chicken parm. Go with the pasta,
Oh, there you go.
obviously.
Nice.
Yeah. Got to have that in
Nice.
there. Yeah.
Right.
You like it?
Absolutely.
What kind of pasta though? Are we talking? Are we-
I am partial to. I like tubes.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
rigatoni
Rigatoni?
or ziti or penne, one of those. I'm a big believer in the
Oh.
tubes.
Big fan.
They're quality.
Yep,
They're
that's
quality.
good. Yep.
Also like some rotelli, the screw
Mhm.
one, the ones that look like a screw.
You have a bow tie pasta? Big fan of that or no?
I'll eat it. It's not one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
No. Yeah.
It's hard to
think it's-
stab.
I think it's underrated in the game, but it's not. It's
Yeah.
not top tier.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
It's hard to get your fork into it. You have to get it like right in the middle of the bow tie because
Yeah.
otherwise it's not gonna.
It's going to slide all over the place, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, coming back around to me for the start the third round. I'm
Yep.
going to get on the breakfast train. I'm taking a donut.
Of course you would.
Dunkin'
Well, got it.
or Duck? Which donut? You're probably
Actually,
a Dunkin' man, aren't you?
I prefer. Oh, of those two,
Probably Dunkin'.
I don't know. Dunkin's gotten a lot better recently.
Okay.
But we now have a Federal Donuts around here,
Oh.
and
game over. Game over. Game
But
over.
I actually my favorite tend to be actual bakery donuts,
Nice.
like from a standalone bakery instead
Yeah.
of a chain.
Nice.
They tend to be the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
Doesn't care.
That's good. That's good.
And I prefer the raised donuts to the cake variety. I
Yeah.
like both of them, but I prefer the lighter, fluffier
Yeah.
Mhm.
versus the cake type.
They don't
So
sit in
much
your
better.
stomach for like 55 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
If I have a cake type donut, I might as well just eat a bagel and call it a day.
Wrong. No, totally different.
There you go.
All right,
Just don't
John.
Put concrete in my stomach.
John, third round pick for you, sir.
What do you got, bud?
I'm gonna go very extremely specific with my chips for my side for lunch.
Okay.
I'm going the sun harvest,
Oh.
the regular whatever that I don't. It's the great the
Corn
what's it called?
chips.
Yeah, they're corn chips, but it's like the garden salsa.
Okay.
It's sun chips, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Like I forget my sandwiches there when my wife packs that for me for lunch. I literally I should probably eat my sandwich because
Right?
that's in there too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's
So yeah, those sun chips are phenomenal.
There you go.
They might be my favorite chips.
All right, Mr. Matt, to close out round 3.
So with the Western, you have to have a really good toast, right? And the
You
best
do. You
toast,
tell me.
the best toast is rye. So you have rye toast on the side.
Okay, you're a right toast guy.
You got rye toast, yeah. That's like a must, absolute must there.
He's not old enough to go multi-grain, so he has to go right first.
Well, all right, here-
Colon blow.
The only reason I like rye so much is that it melts the butter exceptionally well. Like it's really toasted well.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can get that butter like really nice and it just settles in. It really does a great job. But if they have multi-grain, I'll take the multi-grain. I'll be healthy.
I understand.
What the hell?
I'm actually going to be using your rye toast in a different way.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know if that's allowed, but okay.
Oh, we'll
It is
see.
because it's a
We'll see.
it's something
We'll
else.
see. All right, Mr. Matt.
So for
Round 4.
lunch, I'm kind of torn. It's definitely going to be a sandwich of some kind. But I think I'm going to go with, and it's something I haven't had in a while, but it's one of my favorites, chicken salad. Chicken salad
there you
sandwich for
There you
lunch.
go.
It's very underrated. I'm always a ham and cheese guy, and it's like sometimes you get tired of eating ham and cheese. But every once in a
agree.
while, I get like a chicken salad sandwich, and I'm like, that's filling. Love that. So
Nice.
that's my selection. There you go.
All right. John, round 4.
All right, I'm going for my sandwich for lunch, the Reuben.
Oh, wow.
Reuben Frank. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Just a good deli Reuben with all the wonders of that.
That's fantastic. There you go.
Is that what you meant by your rye in a
Yes,
different way?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I thought it would clear.
There you go.
I would eat it without the bread. If you just took the bread out, I would just eat it with a fork.
There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go.
All right. I guess I'll do my lunch.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to have a panini
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
provolone cheese.
Nice.
There you go.
That's quality right there. Now, here's a question. Have you ever tried the Wawa paninis? And if you have,
No.
what do you think? Okay, I've never.
Yeah, they're
Oh
dog
wait.
shit. I tried 'em. I
No,
don't like 'em.
I have not.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
I had
well.
I
They're-
had a
Yeah, go
I had a
ahead.
grilled cheese sandwich from Wawa,
okay, and
which was fine.
they're fine. Okay,
Yeah, but I've not had a panini.
The paninis, I would say, probably taste like cardboard, right, John? I mean, they're very difficult to get
Yeah, I
your
don't like
teeth
them.
into.
I don't like them at all. I don't like the bread. I don't like anything about them.
Yeah. It's almost like they
It
press
looks
it
like
down.
they stamped. Yeah, they look like they stamped it on there. And
Yeah.
they didn't even heat it.
Didn't
It's
even
just
heat it up
disgusting.
or
I
whatever.
don't like-
Yeah. Not a big fan.
That's a miss. That's a huge miss. Do you
Yeah.
know they have pizza? I haven't tried that either.
Well, that is cardboard.
Sorry.
That is cardboard.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If I'm
Nope.
getting pizza, I want it from a real place.
Yeah.
Or at least a place that specializes in pizza, not Wawa.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've ordered, since I've been here for 6 weeks, I've probably eaten 35 Italian hoagies.
Hmm.
And every once in a while I would get a beef quesadilla just to change it up. But yeah, it's,
There you go. All right. Steve, I think it's
okay,
that's
yeah.
right.
Round 5.
5. Mm-hmm. What do you got?
I'm gonna have a side of Cheetos.
Oh,
Nice.
White cheddar.
oh yeah,
That
aren't
was
they
my
the
opinion.
best?
Yeah, not the
They're the
hard ones, the puffy ones.
No, the puffy one. They're the
The
best.
puffy ones. Oh god,
They're the best, yeah.
delicious.
There
They're
you go.
amazing.
The white cheddar ones are the
Yes.
best.
They're hard to find though. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Very rare for them to be out
Yes,
there. Yeah,
they
that's
are.
true.
They're the same thing. They have white cheddar Doritos. Hard to find.
Yeah, whenever my wife comes home with the white cheddar puffs, it's like a day to celebrate. Because like,
Yeah.
oh my god, you
Oh,
found
it's
them.
It's a victory. It's a total victory.
Now the question is, you have to pace that, right? That's the only
Right.
thing.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's only so much room on my plate.
Yeah.
Once I lay everything out, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I filled the plate. I'm done. I'll put it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good patience.
All right.
Just recently, we found a ranch chip.
Oh.
A kettle ranch chip. I was at a gas station working,
Mm-hmm.
and they had them there in Austin, and I haven't seen them in any grocery store. I texted my wife. She's like, "Oh my god, they have them, dude! I bought all of them."
Oh,
It's just like-
Might as well.
Whatever. We'll figure it out later. It's not that expensive.
Oh, gosh.
All right,
You
John.
have to do that when you buy.
Yeah. Oh. So, are you going to pick that for your dinner side? What's going on?
No, I'm
Round
definitely
5.
my dinner side.
You don't have to pick your dinner side now. I was just getting around.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with my dinner side.
Okay.
It's important. I got my flame and yum, so I definitely
No
need
sides.
to- yeah, I not normally no.
You get a big enough
I
fillet, you
need-
don't need any.
Yeah, totally. I'll take mac and cheese off the board.
You
Oh,
son of a bitch. Well, I don't have anywhere to put that. now,
Because
so-
yes, because
Fine.
I love a good mac and cheese. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I don't have anywhere to put it because I'm not having it with pasta. That's the second side.
that'd be hilarious. If
That
you
would be
did
really
that.
funny. That'd be
All
quite the dish. Chicken parm with
Yeah.
pasta and mac and cheese. That's
Yeah,
kind
that
of
doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
You wouldn't move for 3 days.
Oh, that's funny.
Damn. All right, Matt. Close out round 5.
So I'm going to complete the dinner selection here.
You only have one. You have.
I have the
entree, you
main
don't have-
course, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2
Oh,
sides.
you come around with the snake.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with your typical, I would say, house / garden salad. So you got to have that with the fish, and then on the wraparound, a nice bowl of rice, basically, a nice heated bowl of
There you
rice.
go.
Kind of
There you
rice.
White rice.
Just plain white rice.
Yeah, I've thought of like maybe I could probably have like.
Do you at least butter it or something?
Oh,
Like-
definitely, yeah. It's
Okay,
definitely
all right, I was gonna
supposed
say.
Yeah, he's good. See, Matt doesn't not season his food.
He just
doesn't
boils up
describe
some
it
white
that way.
rice. Just boil up some white rice and just eat it
They
straight.
used to
Like,
sell, I think that, and they probably still sell them, like, containers where it was just rice on there, basically, just a bowl of rice, and you could heat it in the microwave for like a minute. And you'd have like a small little side or whatever, and you could put some butter on top of that, that kind of deal. I think they still sell it in the supermarket, so it's been a while since I've had it, though. But yeah, that's what I would have with my dinner. Complete that.
All right, John, round 6.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna take broccoli off the board because I want that for dinner
Oh, you got to have that for dinner. Yeah.
with my mac and cheese. I
Yeah.
need a little green.
Oh, I
like
wasn't
that.
taking it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I like broccoli, so I'm just taking it off the board.
Okay,
there you
so
go.
I like it.
Nice.
I actually like to prepare it more than I like to eat it.
I would think it would be difficult too.
No joke.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be difficult, but at the same time, probably not that as hard as I think it would be.
Oh, it's totally fun to cut
Yeah, I
up.
bet you could
cut up
probably
that
just like
stalk of broccoli.
saute that
it's
sucker.
fun.
Yeah. hmm
You just throw it in a little butter.
Yeah.
A little salt and pepper.
Your little
Maybe some garlic. Who knows?
will be all set.
I like good broccoli.
There you go.
All right, I'll round out my dinner plate then.
Okay.
I am going to have with my chicken parm and pasta a nice hearty slice of garlic bread.
Oh,
Nice. That's a smart play.
You know, like it's funny. They'll have like at Omaha Steaks, you get like these mini baguettes, which are like these little slices of garlic bread all in one like mini baguette form. Probably comes about that big. And they are really good. You throw them in the oven for about 10 minutes. Man alive. And then it comes pre-buttered. So the butter melts inside there. It's fantastic. They are, oh, man, I'm getting hungry.
Well, I know
There you
they're
go.
microwaved, but I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think you go wrong with Olive Garden breadsticks.
No.
No, absolutely not. You
After-
could probably find it. You could probably find it in a dumpster, and it'll be kind of good.
Oh, we make sure the waiter brings more, like at the end of the meal, and then we bag
Oh,
them
yeah.
up.
You
and take
bag
them
a
home.
ton?
Oh yeah. We're putting this in the fridge. We'll have those later.
Hell yeah!
One of my mom's friends would always, whenever she would go to Olive Garden, God rest her soul, she ended up getting the salad and the breadsticks, and that would be her meal sometimes. She
Oh,
loved the salad
okay.
and she adored the breadsticks. So it's a combination of both those.
What a
two
life
things.
hack right there.
Right? Oh my gosh. That's why we hope that Olive Garden never goes out of business, because those breads, my God, can you imagine if they did? Oh, it'd be
Mm.
horrible for the country.
It would
Horrible.
be.
Yeah.
I mean, between that and Pizza Hut breadsticks,
Mm.
like
Yeah.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
All
There
right,
you go.
round what is it? 7?
Yeah. Getting there.
I think
7.
so.
Okay. I'm gonna do my dessert.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, I forgot about the dessert. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Mm.
no worries. leave that
Well,
for
good
last.
good thing I'm doing it now. I considered going for a whoopie pie,
Nice.
but I feel like with a dinner like this,
Mm.
I need to really top it off with, and because I'm not actually eating this like for real,
Mm.
a black
Yeah,
and
exactly.
white milkshake.
Oh, there you
There you
go.
go.
Black and white
There you go.
milkshake, baby.
Genius.
Look to the milkshake, Steve. Look to the milkshake, right?
All right.
Absolutely.
So I need a dessert
A snack and 2
snack.
breakfast items.
and 2 breakfast items. So I'm gonna take bacon off the board
Oh.
immediately.
All right.
There you go. Yep. There you go.
Need bacon off the board.
Bacon and egg.
Yep.
Pretty
So the sunny
straightforward.
side up egg and bacon.
Nice. There you go.
All right, to close round 7, Matt, can I put you down for spam?
No. Instead, you could put
Fried
me.
or boiled? What do you want?
Just straight raw out of the can. Just straight out of the can.
Let me just
We're
eat.
just bullying you.
Here,
into
have
candy.
this,
It's
right?
fine.
Put me down for an orange for my breakfast.
For breakfast.
Oh,
okay.
nice. Nice.
Gotta have some vitamin C in
Nice.
there.
Okay.
Good fruit.
And
Good fruit.
I will
Keeps
put.
you going.
I'm going to cross off dessert, and this is one of my all-time favorite desserts. Breyer's mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Nice.
That is the best. I don't want to hear about Turkey Hill. I don't want to see Turkey Hill.
He's apparently fighting Turkey Hill. at
I'm
this point.
fighting Turkey Hill to the death. Breyer's all the
believe-
way.
Turkey. I agree with you. Breyers is better, but Turkey Hill, I believe it's called Philadelphia Vanilla.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
It
it
is now,
actually
yes.
it
Nice.
it's very close to the Breyers Vanilla.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes. So it's
Huh.
a good.
I'm a
If you
fan of
can't
the Turkey Hill pie.
It's
Yeah.
a good, yeah,
get
fan of
Breyers, it's a good substitute.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go Breyers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any of that shit down in Texas, and ice cream sucks. I just don't eat it.
Oh,
That's
my
that's
gosh.
was my solution to the whole problem.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, round 8, John. Back to you.
All right, I'm gonna take Scrapple for my breakfast.
Oh, there you
because I've
go.
been craving it and still haven't had it. So I think I'm gonna leave. I think I'm gonna leave the Philly area with
No
Scrapple.
scrapple. Wow.
It's
All
gonna
right.
suck.
All right, so John's breakfast consists of an egg, bacon, and mystery meat.
Yes, yes, yes. And no wonder why my stomach hurts by you.
It's because the brick that you have in your stomach. There,
Yes.
Johnny, right?
Yes.
There you go.
All right, I
Yes,
will. I will close out the round. I'll get a little healthy for breakfast. I'll have a banana.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Nice. Quality choice.
Yeah.
Quality choice.
Quality
As long as it's green.
Oh yes, yes, sir, yes, sir.
You want it
I
right.
only buy
Yeah.
green bananas.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Only buy green bananas. Never
What?
buy yellow bananas, people. It's not the way to go. Green bananas.
Yeah, because you don't know how long it's aged, basically.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And most of the time, when I get home, especially in the Texas heat,
Mm.
that thing's yellow by the time I come in the door. Right? It was green when I
Yeah.
bought it. It's yellow.
And it's yellow when you come home. It's like, what just happened here?
Yeah.
I enjoy that actually.
There you
when I
go.
do that.
Nice.
I guess as my third item, I will take a cool tall glass of OJ.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
So you
You
got a
really
little
think about the
donut
drink.
with some
That's
fruit
awesome.
action.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I'll take
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But I have the donut, so it all cancels out.
Exactly. Exactly.
You have your sugar rush with your vitamin C and potassium.
yeah.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
Healthy and fat at the same time is awesome.
Eat a nice banana, it binds you up.
Oh.
All right, John, you have a dessert or a snack here at round 9.
I'm gonna go snack. I'm going the organic Simply Dorito white cheddar.
Oh,
It's the best chip on
interesting.
the planet. It is that. It's a specific brand. Like I won't eat Doritos, but if I can find their organic Simply with the white cheddar, I could just sit there and eat them for dinner,
There you go.
like one after another. They're just so tasty. They're so tasty.
That's good.
My favorite chip
All right.
There you
of
go.
all time.
Okay, Matt, for round 9 and 10, you have to get your lunch side and your snack. Gee, I wonder what you're picking for snacks.
So, yeah, let me get rid of the snack. It's the Snickers
left it there
bar.
for you.
It's the Snickers bar. Ha!
Oh, look at
Is it?
Look
Yes.
At that swear.
Look at that.
Little swerve
Matt
action.
watched professional wrestling.
You have to understand something, gentlemen. The Wheat Thins are a guilty pleasure. They are not a snack. They're a guilty pleasure. I have to watch my intake of those crackers. So they're a guilty pleasure of mine. They're not a snack. If I were
He's
to,
addicted. It's
Oh,
not
100%,
a
yeah.
Oh, I know.
yeah, 100%.
I know.
Yeah,
He's fighting it right now.
I'm
That's what's
fighting it
happening
right
here.
now.
He's like,
Exactly.
No, cold
No.
turkey. I can't.
No.
He ate 6 boxes before we even started.
Right. He's had his fill for the day. He just can't stomach
I
it
just
anymore.
can't
That's why
stomach
it's not on
anymore.
here. Yeah. All right, well,
So the
close
one,
out. So start round 10. You got a lunch side. It's going to be Wheat Thins. I know it.
no, it's going to be Pringles actually. Pringles for the side dish.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a Pringles guy?
I love
Nice.
Pringles guy. Yeah.
Nice.
You know they're
Nice.
technically not potato chips, right?
Yes, 100%. They're not potato chips at all, but
That
Are
kind of
they
freaks me
crisp?
out.
Yeah, are they crit? Are they called? What are they?
I don't know if they're called crisps. I guess I don't know.
I think that's what. I think it's like the European version of what a potato chip is over there. That's
They
what
are they are
I kind of
officially
assumed they were.
named Pringles Potato Crisps.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
So
And
they're
I
not
forget
chips.
why they're not chips, though.
No.
I forget what the logic was behind that. But
they're
it's-
probably missing something. That's all it
Yeah.
is. It's more of a
Red
European
40.
thing.
Maybe Red 40
Yeah,
or
Red
something.
40.
Absolutely Red 40, and all the other ones.
Let's see. Oh, they're created by Procter & Gamble. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is technically.
Don't you want to get your drugs from the people who give you potato chips?
I haven't.
Why are you talking about this?
Slipping Viagra in there.
Wonder why I feel happy. Oh. I
It
ate
is-
Doritos.
it
What's
is-
the secret? What's the secret ingredient of Pringles? It's Blue Chew.
Yeah, right. Right. Oh my. No wonder it turns up, right?
All right, we're off the rails. And
All
it's
right.
only 3:43.
Oh goodness. Pringles is technically
an adult.
considered, hold on, technically considered an extruded snack because of the manufacturing process.
Ew.
What did you say to me?
It is
It's extruded. It's a paste that gets pushed through
yes.
a mold.
Yeah.
So
In other
that's
words,
why it's not a chip.
yeah. In other words,
Got it.
Johnny, that's what happens basically. They did part of the manufacturing
Yeah.
process. Yeah. That's what happens.
It's kind of
That makes
gross when
total
you think
sense.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I've never eaten Pringles ever again in my entire life.
I saw a guy at, I think it was Hershey Park,
Mm.
making chips, and he had he had a drill with like a blade on it, and you just take the potato and it's like, and it just like slices chips off.
Oh
It's
my
bizarre.
gosh, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they cook in the oil, I guess.
Dip it in the deep
Yeah.
fryer
Oh, yeah.
and off you go.
I love it. I love making potato chips, homemade.
Oh, they were delicious. But it was just really weird because it's like he's just got a homemade drill. Like,
Hey,
Milwaukee tools.
hey, it rotates. You might as well
It
use
does.
it.
It does. Fair enough. All right, John, your round 10 pick to have a dessert.
Oh, all right. I'm going tiramisu
Oh,
because it's the only dessert I
very
will actually
classy.
eat.
Yeah.
I don't eat dessert very often, but if a restaurant has it and it's recommended, I will eat it.
They had a terrific back in Horsham, guys, off 463. There was a small little hole in the wall Italian restaurant called La Vita di Bella, and they had the
I've been there.
best tiramisu ever. Now they're no longer there, unfortunately. I talked to the parents, and they sold their business, but back in the day, man, Johnny, their tiramisu was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
It's so good.
Yeah.
When done properly, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's funny about John's roster is his dinner with dessert
Yeah.
looks like something you get at like the Chop House or like one of those super expensive restaurants, and then his snack is Doritos.
Because they're quality.
That's right.
They stack up.
That's right.
All right, Mr. Irrelevant for the draft. I am choosing my snack, and it is popcorn.
Nice.
There you go. There you go.
I don't go for the microwave stuff anymore because we have a real popcorn maker, and I get every year for Christmas, my in-laws buy me a box of 12 bottles of, I think it's Amish country popcorn.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
It's like, there's like red, rainbow colored, extra large, caramel size, lady fingers. They're like all kinds of different sizes and shapes and textures. It's amazing.
You have the best in-laws ever, by the way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
To go away from the microwave, because you're right, it's way too salty and it's just disgusting when you dig into that. I am forever jealous of you, sir. I am forever,
as you should be. And
screw you
all. Screw you all. You should all be jealous of us because we are we and he is he.
That's right.
And that concludes episode 238 of Two Noobs Talking. We will be back with more tasty shenanigans next week. I just wish Shedeur Sanders hadn't been drafted, because then we could say it's 347 and he's still off the board. But
he's in Cleveland, so that's just as worse.
Yes. We went out to Cleveland by the lake.
At least he's in Russell Wilson. So.
I guess not. No.
Fair enough. Okay, but until next week, when we won't be talking about Russell Wilson, get out.